Hobby Quick Hits. Delivering that breaking hobby news directly to your earlobes. You want to know those hot drops from the card shop? We've got you covered. With your host, John Newman.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 203 of Hobby Quick Hits. Haven't done one of these in a while, figured it might be time. I really didn't advertise for any cues to give some A's. This is a Q&A episode. Normally I'll send a social media post. I really didn't do it, but I guess I've been around long enough. I still get just random questions DM'd and emailed to me without provocation, which is really cool because I enjoy, interacting and chatting. And so these are questions that just kind of came in on their own accord, if you will. I've kind of just wrote them down and who asked them. And I've already answered these to the person, directly, whatever method they contacted me, whether it be email or DM. And I also asked permission, can I use this on a future episode? Most people say, yeah, by all means. I only use first names. I don't want to give out full names. And every once in a while, someone will say, you can use it, but please don't use my name. You can use the question, but not my name. We got one of those today, and I respect that. It's okay. I'd rather use a name than not, but that's all right. So we've got some questions today. I'm going to give, obviously, the same answer I gave to them directly. But, a lot of these questions come from folk, and other people. If one person asks it, probably more people are wondering too. So that's kind of the basis, at least to me, for Q&A episode.
Okay, now a quick word from our great sponsor, followed by the new product release schedule. Then we'll go around the hobbyverse to tell you all the latest hobby happenings and news. Then we'll tackle today's topic of discussion.
Hi, this is Pat Hughes, Cubs announcer, coming to you from the Sports Card Shop in beautiful New Buffalo, Michigan. The Gocher family has built an incredible place here for collectors to buy, sell, and trade cards and memorabilia. Be sure to stop by and let them show you around. TheSportsCardShop.com, connecting sports, athletes, the hobby, and collectors around the world.
Hi. This is Alan Pinkett, and I'm here to tell you the Gocher family has done it again. They've just opened up the Sport Card Shop in downtown Valparaiso, Indiana, and it is awesome. If you're a collector, you need to check this place out. Tell them Alan sent you and get a free gift on your first visit.
Let's check out this week's Hobby Wax releases. Take it away, Max.
Hey guys, it's Max from the Sports Card Shop, bringing you guys the weekly releases for these upcoming weeks here. Starting off on the 29th, we got 2024-25 Topps Bundesliga Midnight Soccer. Then on the 30th, we have 2024 Panini Phoenix Football H2, 2024 Panini Donruss Optic Football Hobby Mega, 2023-24 Panini Flawless Basketball, 2024-25 Panini Prism Premier League Soccer, 2025 Topps Chrome Black Baseball, 2025 Star Hidden Treasures New York Pinstripes Autograph Baseball, and on the 2nd we have 2024 Panini Impeccable Football. 7th we have 2025 Bowman Baseball Blaster, the Breakers, the Light, the Hobby, and the Jumbo, all for Bowman. As well as 2024 Panini National Treasures Baseball. 2024 Upper Deck O-Pee-Chee Platinum Hockey, 2023-24 Upper Deck Ultimate Collection Hockey, and then we also have on the 9th, 2024 Panini Donruss Optic Football H2, 2024 Panini Impeccable Live Golf, 2024-25 Panini Select La Liga Soccer, 2024 Topps Resurgent Football, the Blaster, as well as the Breakers, the Light, and Mega for that product also come out. And yeah, those are the releases. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the show.
Let's go round the hobbyverse and catch up on this week's hobby news.
And find out. All right, let's tackle the news. Not a huge news week, if you will, but some stories for sure. Let's start with the NFL draft ongoing even as I record this message. Travis Hunter, some headlines from the draft. Cam Ward, as predicted, would go number 1. Travis Hunter, the Jags trade up to select him, so he'll be playing both ways on the field, corner, wide receiver. How much remains to be seen, but at least will be a two-way player in some form or fashion. The Shedeur Sanders entourage and all the baggage that comes with it apparently affected his draft stock, because he was rated very high on most people's boards, but did not get picked till 144, and the Browns took him. And he was the second quarterback the Browns took, as they took Dylan Gabriel the night before. So we'll see how that plans out. In product, Shedeur and Travis Hunter will be probably two of the headline rookies, if you will. Although there are some really good wide receivers in the draft. I think this draft is going to be known for wide receivers and defensive tackles years later. So that's sort of your draft / hobby report there. Patrick Mahomes has signed a deal with Panini for a year till their license expires. So might we see more Mahomes autos hit the open air as they try to utilize them for the 1 year under contract. Speaking of Panini contracts, they signed some of these guys that we're talking about, or we're just talking about in the NFL draft, including Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter, and Arch Manning as well, who will be in next year's draft. These are multi-year deals for autos and other likenesses. So you will have some young play, even though they may not have the license. You'll see some Shedeur, Travis, and Arch Manning stuff the next few years out of Panini. Going back to big money items, Kobe, his rookie jersey from his first game, photo matched, went for $7 million at Sotheby's. They only got one bid, and that was not the starting bid. It's what's called an irrevocable bid. It's where the bidder can go over the starting bid and, just agrees that they're at the bare minimum, they're willing to pay that. No one came over the top, so that bidder is the new owner of that Kobe rookie jersey. Speaking of more signings, Fanatics did a signing of their own to an exclusive deal from my New York Mets, Francisco Lindor. It's a multi-year deal for autographs and memorabilia there. And what is a news segment right on this show without a criminal portion? And so the criminal portion is the bullpen in L.A., El Segundo, to be exact. Gentleman came in, sold him some stuff, said it was from his father or father-in-law and who had passed away. Then he came back, I believe, a few weeks later, after the owner found out that stuff was stolen. He came back with more stuff to try to sell the bullpen. The owner notified police, and they got there while they were still in store. It was two people, the man and a woman who was his accomplice. The man tried to run out of the store, was apprehended and tackled by police. The woman was arrested in store. The gentleman that was arrested reached for a loaded gun in his waistband. Fortunately, was not able to get to it before being subdued. Numerous charges. They found when all the smoke cleared and the dust settled, over $500,000 worth of sports cards and memorabilia, 40 to 50 stolen credit cards, and other stolen items. So, and meth and drugs and just wide encompassing thing. So, 2 people arrested there, and glad there, wasn't more serious with a gun involved. So, got to have one of those kind of stories to wrap up the news.
And now, our feature presentation.
All right, these messages, like I said in the intro, or questions, I should say, either came through email, direct message, DMs, PMs, or every once in a while I'll get one through text message. My cell phone number is out there, and someone may text me something. So one of those methods, and our first question today on today's show comes from Sean, who says, John, I know you make money from content. Can you be more specific? Specific, I guess, I'm not going to tell you how much, but I will tell you where it comes from. So obviously, you've heard me, he mentioned content, but I'll kind of just encompass all my hobby, income, if you will. So I average about 2 shows a month. When I say shows, I mean actual setting up as a dealer at a card show. So I do about 2 shows a month setting up as a dealer. So there's some income. Obviously, there's income there. I'm a bulk subber for SGC. I've done that now, approaching, I believe, our 2nd year. Really enjoyable, fun. Glad I can help folks out. So yes, there's money, income from that as well. I get income per download. So, depending on how many downloads we get, I get a monthly deposit from Spreaker. I'm on the Prime network. So that's they pay per download. And so thanks to you out there that you help in that category. And I from the bottom of my heart, I do appreciate that. I don't do this for money, but it's nice. It helps me buy more cards, right? Which is what we're all, or most of us are here for. And then the other income, if you will, comes from sponsorship. I have a few sponsors, as you probably know, especially on the Sports Card Nation side of the house. Not all sponsors are financial. Some of them are merchandise or other agreements. But there are a couple that are financial. And again, we don't do it for that reason. I don't have any sponsors that I don't utilize the product myself. I won't do that. So if you hear a commercial, I am a user of said product. So there you go, Sean. I think I answered your question and more. If you're looking for a specific number, I don't do that. I don't even, even when I do my card show reviews, I don't give away kind of, I may say this is our best show in 2 years, or, but I don't give out financial numbers. I think I did it one time, and someone messaged me and was upset and like, oh, you're bragging us little, and that was not my intent. And I even though I didn't mean it that way, I still felt bad that someone took it that way. So now I make a point of not throwing numbers around, because you don't know how that might be perceived to people. So it is what it is. I hope you got something from the answer, or whoever else might be wondering about that. All right, this next question came from someone who did not want to be named, so anonymous. They asked me my take on the Whatnot and the Grant guy from Backyard Breaks. And I've already kind of talked about this, so we know this person didn't hear my take, and that's fine. I think it's terrible what he said. I think, we have a responsibility to people listening to be civil. It's okay to be funny and get off the rails a little bit occasionally, right? But when you say those kind of comments about, I'm a teaching assistant in special ed, and when you just make those, I have to watch everything I say as it should be. And I'm cognizant even on this program, right? Even I have a sense of humor. Sometimes I get a little off the rails or I joke around. But we're responsible for what we say. And when you say something that off color and terrible, it's a reflection on you. And when you do it on a platform, I think that platform, in this case Whatnot, has a responsibility to determine if they want that brand representing their brand. And, initially they kind of stumbled, then they supposedly suspended him, and now he's back. Whatnot cares, at the end of the day, right? Whatnot cares about dollar signs only, I feel. My opinion. All right? Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. That's how I feel. I don't do business with Whatnot. I don't watch Whatnot. I don't have the app on my phone, and I won't do it. I won't do it. If they're going to sink to that level and sell their morals down the river for a buck, I'm all about a buck. I don't have a problem with people making a buck. I make a buck, okay? But I'm not going to sell myself down the river to do it. If one of my sponsors, the owner, did something terrible and unbecoming, they wouldn't be a sponsor no more. I'm not even saying the product might not be still good, but I just don't want to be affiliated with that sort of behavior. Whatnot doesn't seem to mind the alignment because at the end of the day, right, they go to the bank and make a deposit. I don't do business like that. They do. I don't do business knowingly with people who do business like that. So Whatnot and me don't have any sort of relationship. I don't own the app. I don't use the app. I don't buy from Whatnot. I don't sell on Whatnot. And that's not going to change, especially now. So there you go, Anonymous. That's my take there. Justin says, John, you mentioned, you brought Breaking Cardboard back, but you never really got into specifics. What happened with Card Menches and Danny Black? I love the show. Well, I think I can speak for Danny here in saying we love doing the show. We love that you love the show, and you never say never. I'm not going to go into gory details. I'll just say, Danny got busy with another entity, really cramped his time, and we just weren't on the same page, and my mindset wasn't where it needed to be to do a dual host show. And that's all I'll say. I don't dislike Danny. I still consider him a friend. We definitely don't talk as much, truth be told. But that is what it is. And Breaking Cardboard was a show that I had done before Menches, and Menches sort of replaced it. So when Menches stopped, it just seemed natural to go back to the Breaking Cardboard every other Friday like Menches was. It's a live show. Not the same as Card Menches, but there's some similarities, and it allows me to have a different guest every 2 weeks, and a little bit of a laid back show comparatively speaking to Sports Card Nation. So there you go. Again, I don't know if I gave you all the gory details you were hoping to get, Justin, but that's how I'll answer that question. All right, next question from Brett. Do you PC your favorite teams? So I've said, what I PC are Hall of Fame graded rookies from baseball, football, basketball, hockey, and some non-sports. My teams are the Steelers, the Mets, the New York Rangers, and I'm not a big NBA guy, but, I guess if I had to, claim a fandom, I would take my Brooklyn Nets. I don't PC a lot of stuff from my teams. Now, sometimes people will give me stuff, some Steelers or Mets cards, some Rangers cards, because they know those are my teams. When I get that stuff, I obviously keep it. It's sentimental. I do buy stuff, but I wouldn't say I PC. In other words, if I open something, every Steeler, Mets, or Rangers card I get, I don't necessarily not sell it or put it aside or anything like that. I kind of have a set pattern with my PC, and that's Hall of Fame graded rookies. But I when Capo Caco was on the Rangers, he was one of my favorite players. I bought a lot of his stuff for my PC. I'm a big Messier guy. There's a lot of Messier cards in my PC, but not per se. I'm not trying to get every Mets, Steelers, or New York Ranger card ever made. I'm not, like Mark Hora might try to do with the Red Sox. I'm not doing that with my favorite teams, but I do enjoy picking up some cards from time to time. So hopefully that answers that question. And we're going to go with one more for this episode of QA. I have a couple more, but just to keep this length short and sweet, we'll save those other ones for a future Q&A. Adam says, Newman, what's your favorite NFL young star? I don't know if I've talked about this. I might have, or posted on social media. I'm obviously a Steeler fan, but the guy I really follow and like is not really a Steeler. And it's Brock Bowers, the tight end out of Georgia, who's now with the Las Vegas Raiders and had a incredible rookie season. And I just think he's kind of the next, already, he's probably the best tight end in the game and the next guy to carry that torch that, Antonio Gates, Tony Gonzalez, and those guys, Travis Kelce, George Kittle. I think he's the next, big name, big time tight end in the NFL. And he plays like a wide receiver from the tight end position. And anytime you can do that, that's pretty impressive. So Brock Bowers, I've been buying some of his rookies, putting them away, and stockpiling them, prisms and everything else. So that's my dude in the NFL, and he's not a Steeler. And so sometimes I will do that. Another guy, you only asked for one, I'm going to give you two. Marvin Harrison Jr. His dad, senior, played here at Syracuse University, where I live, right near here. I saw his dad play, and I've been buying a bunch of his stuff up as well. Had a pretty good rookie year. I don't even think he's touched on what he's capable of doing. So I think he's one of the up-and-coming wide receivers in the NFL. So Brock Bowers, Marvin Harrison Jr. All right. Thank you for listening to another episode of Hobby Quick Hits. Want to give out our social media, starting with our website, which is www.sportscardnationpodcast.com. Facebook, you can follow us at www.facebook.com/sportscardnationpodcast/ Twitter, we are at SportsCardNati1, so it's SportsCard NATI1. Instagram at SportsCardNationPodcast, or you can email the show hobbyquickhits@gmail.com. Again, thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.